Alright then. Another month has passed. Basically a month. It's not been an exact one. I mind you, I am, as of recording this, 4 days off from this being an exact month since posting, but we're gonna ignore that. Hello there, I am the Kitchen's Fiance, and this is my new video. In my last one, I talked about how fucked everything was getting, right? I talked about how everyone was messing up and how everything was just like, it just seemed like it took a nosedive. I'm not even joking. Like 2 days later, everything started like slowly climbing back up, and it's just been up and up from there, right? I feel like I've been like improving. I feel like I've actually been doing more. I feel like I'm being relied on now. I feel like I'm relying less on my chef. I feel like I'm doing a bunch of different things, and I'm very proud of myself for it. I honestly really am. My chef complimented me the other day because just recently, not this week, not today as of 5/1, but last Wednesday, we started doing this thing like a coursed out menu, right, for all our reservations. It's something really simple. It's 4 courses with a few extra paid for intermissions, right? But it was actually a really big hit, right? My chef had actually sat me down the next day, and he was like, well, Wednesdays are our slowest day, so if this hadn't picked up, then we wouldn't have known what to do, right? Wednesdays are our slowest days, so now we're starting to do this, and now Wednesdays are going to pick up again. Last week, we did like 74. I don't know what we did yesterday as in 4:30 Wednesday. I don't know what we did then, but I know it was a decent amount, right? But with the good comes like the bad, right? I said I was doing well. I cannot say the same for a few of my coworkers, right? We had this one guy come back after I don't know, it was a whole fucking thing with him. One day he just quit, and then he came back in, and he was like, hey, can I have my job back? And I gave him his job back. There was that guy, and then there was another guy who had just come back from like an extended medical leave. And wow, okay, like I don't like shit talking. I honestly don't like shit talking, but these guys are something. I swear to God, it's like the guy who came back doesn't have a sense of urgency, or like not even a sense of urgency, but like just a sense of what should be done, right? As an example, earlier today, he was firing a few like desserts, right? And they take a good minute, but at the same time, he had some meatballs he needed to fire. But meatballs are easy. All you have to do is stab them a few times, drop them in a fryer for a few minutes, and then throw them in the oven for a few more minutes. It's not that hard. But 6 minutes later, he still hadn't even finished the meatballs, or he still hadn't even finished his desserts, much less started the meatballs. So if that gives you an idea of what he's like in the kitchen, there you go. And then like the other guy too, he's really good at his job. I'm gonna compliment him there, right? He's super underrated in the kitchen, at least in my opinion. But the two big problems with him are, one, when he starts fucking up, he'll get in his own head. I know he will. I've seen his face. That's the same face I get when I get in my own head. But unlike me, I'd like to say, this affects his work a lot more. Like a lot more. Like you'll see him just have a depressed face off in the corner, and then he'll just keep fucking shit up over and over and over and over again, and it won't help. And he's also just, excuse my French, but he's also just a bitch. He's also just like a little whiny crap at, right? I really like the guy. I honestly really, really like him. He's really cool, but he can't take it very well. But that's what the Wednesdays have been like, right? That's what the Wednesdays have been like, right? So I say this is a good thing. This is a good thing for me, because my chef complimented me when we had sat down. He was like, you're doing really well. On that one day, you were basically running 3 stations at the same time, while these other 2 guys were doing nothing, right? And then he just complimented me, and honestly, that was like the highlight of my fucking week, right? Everything else had gone like really smoothly, and everything else has just been going really smoothly, right? Of course, you'll still have your fucking kitchen drama and shit, but otherwise, everything's been very good. The complete opposite of the other week, where I just felt like absolutely nothing was happening and everything was just going downwards. No, shit's looking back upwards, and I'm very happy about that. Going into our summer times, we're going to start getting a lot busier. I know that for a fact, right? Last year during the summer, we would start off sometimes with 150 and we'd end up doing 200. And it's like, I'm pretty sure I explained this before, it's a small restaurant, right? But that was also good because it gives us recognition and it's able for us to grow a name. But speaking of other things with names, stuff that's coming up soon, my restaurant, Vacanza Romana, is in the Sacramento area, right? We're in El Dorado Hills, but we're still in like the Sacramento County, right? The Tower Bridge dinner is coming up soon. That's the only one I know about as of soon. We did it last year, and there was a lot of recognition. I don't know exactly what's happening soon, but I'm crossing my fingers. I've been told this several times. We might actually, like, we as in the kitchen, like the whole kitchen, not just the two head chefs, like the whole kitchen might go there and like actually cook. And I'm actually so hyped for that. I really wanted to do it last year, but we were open that same day and there was really no point in bringing the whole kitchen last year because everyone was just stacked up. But we might do it this year. Honestly, I don't have too much to talk about outside of that. So time for the plug. The Kitchen's Fiance, everywhere, TikTok, Instagram, you know, that good stuff, right? Plugs over, mostly. Please subscribe, please like, you know, you gotta do all the things, and just follow me, even if you don't really give a shit about this. I still would appreciate it. Just subscribe and forget, I'm gonna be dead ass.